Hey guys, Rhonda here. I just thought I'd drop in and talk to you all about my experience with GLP-1, what it's been like to be on them for a longer period of time, and what it was like at the beginning. I think that just having a candid discussion with you guys about my personal experience is of great value to someone who's just starting out or even someone who's been on them a while and isn't sure, how to see the way through. At the very beginning, this was about 2.5 years ago, I started at 220 pounds. I had in my mindset that I wanted to lose weight. Now I've kind of changed the way I think about it. I think about it like releasing weight, which just feels so much better because when you lose something, it makes you think that maybe you want to find it again, and I don't want to find these pounds again. Before I started, I had hit the hopelessness place. I didn't even know what a GLP-1 was. This was way back when Wegovy just came out. And with me, I was fortunate enough to have my insurance pay for it and was able to get on Wegovy, and then it wasn't available for a while. If you guys, any of you were in the space back then, they had a big shortage because they realized how amazing these prescriptions were. And so I went on a medication called Saxenda for a few months. So I was kind of back and forth because, and Saxenda was a daily injection. It wasn't bad, but it was still, different and not the best medication, but it did work for a bit for me and kind of helped me get started and get some of the initial pounds off. And then I was able to get back on Wegovy and got on a good lick for a good long while. I did experience side effects with semaglutide, which is not unusual. And because of that, Wegovy is semaglutide or semaglutide, however you pronounce it. I went to my gastroenterologist, and it was wonderful because I actually had a doctor in an office say, you need to be on these medications. We're going to figure out a way through. And I had to go to the gastro doctor because I don't have a gallbladder, and that alone can create some complications with bile leaking into your gut. And B, I have a hiatal hernia, which also can cause complications with these medications. So fortunately, I was able to find a way through. I began taking BPC 157 through my company, LEMD, capsules, which really helped my gut health get back on track. So if you are having problems and you don't have a gallbladder or have a hiatal hernia, definitely check out the link below and find BPC 157. You'll have to set up a customer account in order to look at that medication because it isn't available in every state, but it is a great one for gut health and has made it possible for me to go on then Tirzepatide, also known as Zepbound or Mounjaro. So that is what I ended up taking for the last year. So let's fast forward a little bit or rewind to the beginning when I started this whole thing. My side effects were pretty normal. They have this thing they call the SMP Club, which is SHIT, my pants club. And I was a charter member of that at the beginning, I will admit. But as I got off of the semaglutide and went to the tirzepatide, I now have none of those issues. Thank you very much. But I saw in many of my Facebook groups that I had joined that a lot of people were experiencing that kind of either not going to the bathroom or having to run to the bathroom. So that's sort of a common one, you guys. The way through that is two things. One, whenever I felt constipated, so I would check in on myself. So we're going to have the poop talk. We're just going to do it because I think it's important because these medications slow down your gut. So you got to have the right things on board. So I tried Smooth Move Tea, which is a really, really good one. If you kind of drink that daily, it keeps you going. The other one that I do is just eat 2 or 3 prunes. The dried prunes that Sunmaid makes, those are the best. Try those. And those are really, really wonderful. And they work in like 45 minutes, maybe. So if you are experiencing constipation, that's the way to go. With the other thing, just make sure you're drinking a lot of water, and usually it'll pass pretty quickly. Be careful not to take too much Imodium or anything like that, because you don't want to block yourself up for days. So I kind of stayed away from that kind of thing unless it was pretty bad, which with my no gallbladder it could be. But being on Tirzepatide changed the whole thing. Now I don't even have to worry about any of those things anymore. So and the BPC 157 got the inflammation out of my gut as well. So if you do experience those types of side effects, there are some severe side effects that some people have with their gut on these meds, which is kind of more rare than you think. So don't be afraid of doing it because of gut health stuff. Just stay ahead of it. Don't let yourself get constipated. If you haven't gone in 2 days, eat some prunes. Like really just watch it and drink enough water. Super, super important. And let's be real, I don't drink enough water still, but I do my best to try at least to drink some water, right? And, it's a kind of an overweight person thing. Like we haven't known to take care of ourselves, a lot of us. Especially if you've kind of been battling your weight your whole life, you sort of give up enough to eat bad, and then that's what you're used to. So just trying to clean that up a little bit is helpful. And the more you care about your body, the more your body will respond to these medications. So I get it. More than you would ever think. People look at me, they're like, oh, you're tiny, you're thin, blah, blah. You don't have those problems. I'm like, you have no idea. I mean, it is just a real thing. So those are my tips for constipation and diarrhea. And just get your water in, change your diet a little bit. And here's the other thing I want you to know. If you haven't started these medications yet and you're really just looking into it, here's an important thing for you to get. When there's no food noise, you're not having obsessive thoughts of food all the time like what I was experiencing before. You're going to find that you have a lot less likelihood to eat poorly. Yes, you'll eat a few potato chips, but when I say a few, I'm talking like 3. I'm not talking like even a handful. That's how it'll go. And if you want a dessert, and I talk about this all the time, I even have videos I've made about like, go ahead, eat the dessert. Eat the dessert because you're not going to finish the dessert. And so understanding that you can trust yourself around junk food will help you to make better choices. So I find that I really love steak. So I'll make filet mignon. It's a very nice lean cut. It's pure protein. And I'll just make myself a small one of those. And that has me so full that, yeah, I'll make the mashed potatoes or I'll have a big potato. But guess what? I'll have like 2 bites of it. So, give yourself some grace, understanding that you're going to eat what you want to eat, and it's going to be easier for you to make those great choices. So don't feel locked in, if that makes sense, to a diet situation, because that's why you're here in the first place, many of you. Me for sure. I dieted, and that diet created a metabolism problem. And now the medication gave me a complete metabolism reset. So I'm okay now, and my metabolism is back to normal. But back in the beginning, it was so screwed up, there was no way this weight was going to release without the help of a medication. And many of you are in that situation, and you're thinking, well, I eat perfectly. I don't eat junk food. I hear this all the time. I eat like exactly how I'm supposed to. I'm like, well, your metabolism is so screwed up that your body's not going to release the weight because you've lied to your body so many times that it says, I better hold on to this because I'm going to get starved. So with that in mind, the medications kind of eliminate that whole situation. And if you do have a messed up metabolism, the best medication for you at this time is the Tirzepatide. So on my website, that's GLP-1 plus GIP plus B12. That's what that's called on the website. But that is Tirzepatide, also known as Mounjaro and Zepbound. Those are, that medication is way better than semaglutide for people who have a resistant metabolism, or if you're concerned about side effects, you're going to have a better time with the Tirzepatide. Just saying. It does cost more, and that's why it's harder to get through insurance, and it does cost more to order it from a good 501(c)(3) or 503A pharmacy. So it's really important that you know that as you go. That you want a 503A pharmacy because they make it in small batches, and then you'll have the potency that you want. And you can request a potency certificate from anybody you order from, whether it's me or someone else. And if they can't offer you that potency certificate, run for the hills, just saying. So that's my advice on that. The other thing that I've experienced on this as I've released this weight is, just generally having more room in my brain because the food noise is gone. And if food noise is your only issue and you just overeat because of food noise, and I think for me it was like 90% of it was food noise over metabolism and blood sugar, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why the semaglutide worked so well on me as far as the weight loss, but didn't work so well with my gut health. So that's why I had to switch. But food noise is one of my biggest issues. I mean, I was having food noise in the middle of the night, getting up, eating candy, sneaking downstairs, getting candy bars, like literally Halloween like crazy. Now we probably still have Halloween candy in the house if I were to look from last year, and it is a year later in October where we need to buy more. Don't worry, I'm not going to be giving your kids last year's candy. I'm going to get rid of it. But it's probably here somewhere, like no joke. That's how I don't worry about that candy anymore. I do still like gummies and stuff like that, but and I'll have one or two a day just because they're there and I like them. But I don't eat chocolate like I was. Oh my gosh, I would like eat a zillion chocolate bars. Anyway, not cool. So the semaglutide is great for people with just food noise. Now, again, if your metabolism's screwed up, you need to do the Tirzepatide because then you'll really lose weight a lot faster. So just saying, and it's not a speed race. I mean, I literally lost for the first while a good 5 pounds a month, 4 to 5 pounds a month. So don't think you're going to lose this 5 pounds a week. Like, this is not that fast. At the beginning, you will lose a little bit faster, maybe 10 pounds a month for a little while. But don't get discouraged when at the very beginning on those low doses as you're starting. If you're starting correctly, don't start on a high dose. I get a lot of people who are like, oh, I was given 10 milligrams of Tirzepatide for my first dose and I was so sick. I'm like, that's because you were given 10 milligrams. You're supposed to start on 2.5. Like, it is not safe to be on 10 milligrams as a starting dose. So please know that. It's okay to start slow and not lose at the very beginning. Trust me, you don't want to be sick in the bathroom and unable to function. So you start for a month and stick through that month on a low dose. Then you go up a little bit, and then you go up a little bit. I know it's exciting, but you don't want to be sick. So being on a good titration program and that you get from a very good provider, medical doctor, is really important. And to stick with the protocol that they give you. Don't veer from that. And if they tell you, oh, you can start on 10. So anyway, just that was a sidebar because I thought of it because I've had a lot of people come to me who are like, oh, that stuff made me so sick. And my first question is, what dose did you start on? Because you shouldn't be sick. I lost a lot of weight. I'm like, I bet you did on 10 milligrams when you start out. By the way, that's a great sweet spot. That 10 milligrams is a good spot to lose weight. Some people require 12.5 to really start to lose weight, but want to take your time to get there and not worry about it. It's a journey just like anything else. And, one day you're going to go, gosh, my pants are too big. I need to go down a size. And then you'll think, maybe I shouldn't buy too many of this size because I'm probably going to go down another size and another size. You know what I did? I just wore my 14s until I was an 8, which did not look great, I'll tell you. At one point, my husband actually came and said, your underwear are hanging off your butt. I was like, okay, what's that? Anyway, I'm not going to go on for too much longer because I have so many different things to talk to you guys about, so many stories to tell, so much value that I can add to your experience here. I'm just going to keep on making videos and dropping them because I just think these discussions are great. And of course, my more formal short videos are going to be good for learning about what's in these things and learning about the different peptides that go along with them and all of that. So please subscribe and hit like if you liked this video and you want me to do more. Say do more, I'll do more. And hopefully we'll catch up and check out my link in the comments not in the comments, in the description. I'm such a Facebook person. Also, go follow me on Facebook if you're interested in that as well. Rhonda Hoskins Arza. I have a public Facebook page, so please feel free to follow me there as well. But that being said, you guys have a great day. And if you're thinking about this journey and just need the support, I'm here for it. Ask the questions in the comments, and I'm happy to go through them and answer them in another video. So have a great one, and we'll see you guys on the other side of this journey. And I hope that you all enjoy your day. Thanks so much.